Hey, welcome to the Unblinded Real Raw Roleplay. Influence is a superpower. We have it, and you get it here. Jay co-hosting again for Fernando, who'll be bouncing back as true warrior because he's on our innovation call at 7 a.m., but taking a break for a couple of days to heal himself up. Jay, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Sean? I'm glad to be back on this fun Friday. Call me Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, and Wally Pip is down again, so I don't know. And for everybody out there, thanks for checking this out. This is an incredibly disruptive way for you to access your superpower of influence, looking at micro distinctions each and every time. We are demonstrating what's up, and we have rock stars on today with us, Jay. Jay, who we got?
All right, so first I will introduce these two sisters, and they may look identical, but they're not. Kay and Shy, they are the VP and owners of Squeeze In restaurant groups. They are both mothers and wives, and from what I can tell, they love helping people grow.
Yeah, and have rocked out Kay and Shy, generating tens of millions of dollars in sales in the space of personal development. So what's present for you? I will simply say Kay and Shy, you're two different people, but you have a better way of like incredibly synchronistically communicating. So we're gonna have a really interesting Real Raw today. So what's up, Kay and Shy?
We're so excited to be here, just honored for the opportunity, and can't believe we're up against Nick. Oh my goodness.
I know, it doesn't feel fair, but it's so exciting and we're ready to learn and grow.
Yeah, so hey, what's present for you? Like, what brought you here today? And I know we have a relationship with Jared, but what was present for you, and how'd you decide that this would be worth spending some time doing?
You know, we've heard that the Latin root for the word competition really means to conspire together. So we are here to conspire together to add value to everyone who's watching.
You know, and this morning we talked about we all might have arrived in different ships, but we're in this boat together. So engaging in activities like this just helps rise the tide for all of us in that boat.
Boom, dropping them.
Wow.
And then we have a second rock star, and who's up?
All right, next up, we have hailing from Las Vegas. This guy was, despite being born with no legs and one arm, is a keynote speaker, a best-selling author, and pro bodybuilder. Let's welcome Nick Santo.
Thank you, brother. Your pronunciation on the last name is 100%.
Thank you.
So Nick, what's up? Welcome, and so thankful that you're here, brother.
Yeah, grateful for the opportunity. You know, I'm just here to be a student of the game and drop my ego and realize I only know what I know, and so I'm just ready to learn.
Yeah. Well, the cool part of this is, right, that there's like somebody advancing to the influence office, and because we are going to be naming the person with the greatest superpower of influence in 2020 at the end of the year, but even the person, the team that doesn't have the highest score from today still can advance in the wild card round out of this week. So whomever, could be both of these fine folks, but certainly the person with the highest score today advances. And then we have a crop of fine judges, Jay, and who we got?
First off, we have Thomas Filatico. He's a student of Unblinded, and I believe he's the Chief Accountability Officer and Director of Co-Created Relationships at Cali Law.
Also former homicide detective, Director of Security for a multi-billion-dollar international corporation, and friend of mine since we're 11 years old. Tom, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, Sean, thanks so much. And thank you, Jay, for the introduction. Happy to be here. Looking forward to the influence off with these two fine teams and looking to add some insight and some input when I can. So thanks for being here.
And make no mistake, Tom Filatico has created graphs and charts and watched each episode before today, analytically dissect each 1/100th of a point that he will be awarded. So Tom's going to be ready to go, right? Who else we got?
Next up, on the judges booth, we have Hala Jaludi, another student of Unblinded. She is a partner at Cali Law and the head of the personal injury department. Hallelujah, Jaludi.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Hallelujah. What's up, Hallelujah? How are you?
I am great. Just feeling thankful and grateful and really honored to be judging what seems to be two formidable, amazing competitors.
Yeah. Everybody out there, Kay, Shy, and Nick, Hala drops the mic in terms of her maximizing value for clients, caring, urgent, and aggressive, making things happen, has been a part of New Jersey Supreme Court victories, $17 million resolution for a client that everybody said couldn't have anything ever happen for them. Hala is truly a standard setter. So Hala, thanks for being here. And last but not least, the earth is quaking. The ground is shaking with this next unbelievable friend and brother. Who's up, Jay?
And our last judge needs no introduction, but that's what I'm here to do. So we're doing it anyway. Robert Gill, Rob from Bayonne, if you will, the ambassador of results and the owner of Epic Financial Insurance Services. What's up, Rob?
And Rob,
What's up?
student of the game, has done more things in the space of influence than most you know. Rob, real quickly, what's Robert Cialdini's 6 principles of influence?
The 6 supreme esteem bullets are commitment and consistency, reciprocity, scarcity, liking, and social proof, which are embedded in the indispensable elements.
Yes, and Rob has already advanced into the influence offs, back to judge and support. Rob, what's present for you, brother?
I love the fact that I'm surrounded by greatness on every part of this call. Kay and Shai, it's so nice to meet you as well as Nick. And I was able to hear the huddle call this morning, blown away at what both parties bring to the table. I love being, Nick said it best. If I'm the smartest person in the room, that's not good. And the good news is I am not the smartest person on this call. So that makes me feel really good. And I love being around Hala and Tom, the machine, Jay Levine, and of course you, my brother from a different mother, my mentor, the guy that changed the trajectory 2 years ago, Sean Callaghy, so I feel blessed and highly favored.
Thank you. We have Rob Gill, Hala Jaludi, Tom Filatico, judging Nick, Kay, and Shai, the real raw with the ticket to be punched to the influence off is on. So Jay Levine, final, what's present for you before we roll in?
Man, I am ready to go. I got the stopwatch going, and I'm excited for actually the whole week. This whole week has been incredible, and I'm glad to round out the week here on Friday with these awesome competitors. So I'm ready, Sean.
Okay, so Nick, since there's 2 of them, 1 of you will make you the away team, my brother. And under this desk, I have a 2 or a 1. What number do you think that I'm holding under the desk? It's like flipping a coin in a football game. What's that number?
1.
1 is right. Nick wins the toss.
Got 1 finger, man. I always got to go 1.
There you go, brother, right? So I think I'm allowed to laugh extra because I can't even see it. So Nick, and by the way, truly inspiration, brother. Everything you've done, I've seen you speak, I've heard you speak. I've encountered the energy you create in a room, and you are truly remarkable. So
thank you, brother.
Yeah. And so when we do this, you have a choice. And I'm going to explain a little bit what's going to happen. But the choice is that you either get to go, if you elect to go second in round 1, then Kay and Shai will pick if they go first or second in round 2. If you elect to go first in round 1, then you still can choose where you go in round 2. So what you think? You're going to go first in round 1 or second?
Yeah, I'll be the guy and say ladies first. So I'm just here to have a good time.
All right, boom. So Kay and Shai will be stepping in. So here's what's happening. I want the judges to really dial into this. So what we're doing is we have a 4-step formula. Is the unblinded results formula with 10 indispensable elements, 4 energies. The judges will be listening for those things, but mostly the judges are going to be listening in this first round, very simply, right? Very simply, for how much gravitational pull there is towards you, how much you've created a disruption through your questioning, through your opening and building rapport, so that these fine Jay, as this fine man, sees his future in you, like sees his future in you. You've created a disruption, you've been unique, he's curious, and he wants to learn more and connect, right? So that's gonna be the round 1. Round 2 is where you share your unique identity and you ask for an agreement, right? Where you share your unique identity, you ask for an agreement. And the way we're gonna set this up is we're gonna set this up in the space of each of you selling whatever it is that you sell, whatever the yes is that you're seeking. So Kay and Shai, Nick, just think for a moment of what the yes you're going to be seeking, because the yes comes in the second round. What's happening around 1 again is the building of emotional rapport, identifying pain spots potentially for Jay to have your unique identity move into solving that pain and getting the yes. Now, if that sounds complicated, another way to do this is just do what you do and just break it up into 2 halves. Because in total, you have 6 minutes to go from hello to yes. Don't get in your head. Don't worry about the formula. Don't worry about modeling exactly what I just said. In this first round, it's opening that access point for Jay seeing his future in you. And then the money is in the second part where you're going to get the yes in round 2. So Kay and Shai, what's the yes that you will be seeking from Jay? It could be a franchise. It could be a yes to ecosystem merge, to have you on as speakers. Whatever that yes is all good, but what's the yes going to be?
Currently, our yes is to see if Jay will join us on our Facebook Live-a-thon, where we'll be raising money to feed local hospital workers through our restaurant that is currently struggling due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Brilliant and beautiful. Awesome. I love that. So remember, you're going to have 3 minutes in round one and then 3 minutes in round two. So round one's about rapport building. Do you, Nick, or Kay and Shai, any of them have any questions before we start?
I think can we just establish we've met Jay at a conference and we exchanged business cards, and now we are connecting on Zoom for the first time since then, just to be sure we know where we're starting.
I'm going to throw one more curveball, right?
Okay.
Curveball. I think in sequencing fairness, we're going to like divide you fine ladies up into round 1 and 2. Who's going to go in round 1? Who's going to go in round 2? So there is no tag teaming on Jay. We're going to like separate the massive energetic power of this duo, so it's fair to Nick, and separate into 2 rounds. So who's going to go round 1?
If they want to go together, I don't mind. They could pull.
I mean, we are kind of one mind.
Yeah. That we
you know
have
what?
been known to have infinity energy.
Then we'll leave it together. Nick asked for it. Nick's got it.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
You got it. You guys rock.
Meeting together. That is amazing. All right, awesome, Nick. Look at that, man, stepping in. So ready, Kay and Shai?
You know it.
All right, Jay, take it away. 3 minutes, brother.
I'm going to hard stop you at 3 minutes to be fair, okay?
Cool.
And go.
All right. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello, this is Jay.
Hi, Jay. This is Kay and Shila. We met last week at the conference. How's it going?
Hey, how are you? Going really good, really good. How about you guys?
We're doing fantastic. You know, we have this huge cards stack on our desk, and yours has been standing out to us. We loved your energy and really enjoyed getting to connect with you.
Oh my God, thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. It was great to connect with you guys.
You know, we find often that when we meet people who have energy like this, it means they've got an amazing story, that they've got some triumphs and challenges in their background. And we wanted to hear a little bit more about you. If you got a few minutes to visit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What would you like to know?
Well, where do you call home?
Right now I'm in Bergen County, the epicenter of our coronavirus. So we're stuck in the house a little bit right now. That's why this Zoom call is so incredible.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank goodness we can all connect digitally in this time. Your county, I mean, are you like seeing a lot being on the front lines of this pandemic?
Yeah, it's rough. There's certainly a lot to see, but it's you know, a lot of the things is changing my mindset a little bit, and why is it happening, you know, for me, not to me. So,
Oh my gosh, I love that. In fact, last night I wore that t-shirt to bed, big Tony Robbins fan. So wore my for us, not to us t-shirt to bed. So love to hear you say that. Do you have kids?
Yes, I have 2 kids. The one is about to be 9 and the other one just turned 7.
I love it. Well, my husband also collects Star Wars stuff, and our kid's only 2. So I was like, maybe he doesn't have kids and just loves Star Wars.
None of the memorabilia is my kids. It's all mine. Yes.
Oh, well, I bet you that we can relate on the fact that the struggle of homeschooling right now is real. I've got 2 9-year-olds and a 6-year-old, so I feel the pain.
Oh yeah, that lands for me for sure.
Now, you said you're currently in New Jersey, but that doesn't mean that's where you've always been. Did you have a home before then?
Actually, I was born and raised in the town that I live in now. I've lived here my whole life. I didn't get too far away from home.
That's beautiful. So then if you're born and raised in the same place, your work must be involving you big time in the community. What do you do?
Wow, that's an incredible question. I have like 45 seconds left, but I volunteer a lot in the community. I'm on the Board of Education. I'm on the zoning board. I'm on the Little League committee. So I love this town for sure. It's very family oriented.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like you're very family oriented and very community oriented. Is that part of the vision that you have for the future, is to build more of that?
Absolutely. It's why I do everything, is to build with family and community and growth, and the team around me rising with me.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Didn't want to go
And
over
Finn.
time.
You got 10 seconds. Oh, we're good.
Well, Jay, it was so nice to meet you and connect with you, and we can't wait to learn more about you.
Thank you.
Well, so you're still at halftime almost. That's awesome. So it's a break, and then you're going to continue the second half. So great job. So Kay and Shai, what was present for you? How'd you feel about that?
It was fun to connect, and it's just exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And Jay, present for you?
Oh my God. So I'm present to the fact that they literally don't step on each other's toes at all. They were so fluid in between going back and forth, it was that infinity. And I will tell you the one thing that I would say, if anything, would be a little guessing, but you were right. So.
Yeah. So fantastic. Nick, what was present for you? I heard your energy there.
I love their energy together. You know, they're just like this massive team, and she fills in where she doesn't, and it's awesome. I love watching it.
Yeah, that was great. For the energy, fantastic job. The energy was tremendous, no doubt. The congruence is there. Like there's so much confidence and certainty, and that's as outstanding an energy dynamic as we've seen here on Real Raw. There's incredible energy that's been present. Courtney Epps hits it with like Mach 10 energy as well. So, you know, we've seen Courtney in the influence offs, but that was like some drop the mic energy. We always talk about it, 4 steps, 10 indispensable elements, and 4 energies that we can be so effective in some of the areas that it just like hits massive acceleration overall. Kay and Shai, could I share just maybe an access to a couple of distinctions that might even open up a little bit more? Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's why we're here. Yeah.
Awesome. So I think, there was a beautiful level of questioning, and we definitely got to some level of depth from my perspective. I think what was present and possible would have been going deeper into some of the questions. So there's a lot of beautiful like vertical questioning, like, you know, move to move to move to move, but even go into a little bit more. We'll illustrate that in a little bit, but still outstanding job. The judges won't say the scores yet, but lock in your scores. And we're going to kick it over to Nick, and judges lock in. Nick, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Jay, take it away. 3 minutes for Nick.
Ready. What's up, Nick? Ring, ring.
Hey, brother. How you doing?
How are you, man?
I'm from Jersey as well. I grew up in Toms River.
Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. I'm Jersey my whole life. Big Giants fan. Go Giants.
Yeah, I met Tiki Barber when I was 13 on the Today Show. So it was a great experience.
That's awesome.
So I hear that you have 2 kids. What are their names?
Yeah, Jack and Ava.
Oh, nice. Which one's your favorite? Just kidding. That's a good question.
Oh, I'm not going to say that.
I'm just kidding.
I can't say that. I love them equally, Nick.
I love that. That's a good father. I could tell you're a great father. What do you think has been, you know, some of the biggest challenges, you know, being home during this time?
Being a great father. You know, it's certainly a challenge. I give a lot of credit, all the credit, to my wife because, you know, we're trying to work and at the same time school the kids, and they're 2 kids and they're both close in age. So they really need a lot of attention.
How are they doing their schooling, like academics, while they're home?
Well, I haven't suspended anyone yet.
Oh, so you're doing it.
No, well, I'm just the principal. My wife is really handling it the most. And I would say the biggest challenges are we're not necessarily teachers, you know?
Got it. I like your honesty. What do you think has been one of the biggest challenges though, being home, you know, with everyone home and spending that much time together?
That's a really great question. I mean, the time home has been really nice. I think the hardest part for me personally is feeling inadequate at work because I can't do everything I need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a great time to really evaluate even our family lives to see where we can bring more presence in. And so I honor you for being the great dad that you are.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also, I just wanted to ask, you know, what are your kids consuming on a day-to-day basis? You know, is it mostly academics, or is there YouTube? Is there Fortnite?
I have about a minute for that. So Fortnite's been banned for the moment. And you know, there is we battle with that with the screen time, but we are pretty diligent with keeping them off of it. I'm sure right now they're probably on it, but yeah, they do consume. We try to keep them very, you know, try to keep it limited for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we all can agree that the mind is a garden, right? And if we're not, you know, tending that garden, that weeds are going to grow. So it's really important that your kids are consuming the right content, especially with all the time that they have at home right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm good.
I have about 30 seconds left to go. Oh, good. You say I'm good?
Good.
Good. All right, we're good. We're right at that mark.
Nick, what was present for you?
Just trying to bring certainty and just flowing with him. And you know, New Jersey guys always have to jam out on the fact that we're both from New Jersey. So I started off with that. So I don't know. I feel good. This is fun.
Super cool. Awesome job, brother. So for both Kay, Shai, and Nick, it's steps 1 and 2. And I want this to ask Jay, judges, you know, be ready to lock in your scores, right? Jay, the goddess energy of both teams, right? We'll say both participants, and aspirational energy. So I sense very real connection kind of going in both directions. When we're at steps 1 and 2 in emotional rapport building and pain, right? The first 2 components of relationship development, what I'm suggesting, and we're gonna illustrate in a second, is the power to step into like very loving, present heart connection, as well as some aspirational energy. So Jay, my hallucination is in both rounds, there was beautiful connection. It was very real. Yes, Jay?
Very real in both, yes.
Or did you see an opportunity to maybe even have more heart connection in with both folks, and maybe them taking a little bit more of an aspirational journey? Do you see? Was that?
I not only did I see it, I something in me wanted them to.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll illustrate that in a sec. Before we do, let's check in with our judges. So here we go. So let's start with Thomas Flatico. Tom, as it relates to Nick, right? Let's go with 1 sentence on what he did well, 1 sentence on opportunity for growth. Actually, let's go 1 word. Nick on the positive side. What's 1 word for Nick?
He found commonality with Jay very quickly.
Commonality, okay? And so what's 1 sentence then that he found commonality quickly? Would be a positive sense. Let's go 1 word for opportunity for growth and then a sentence.
Dive deeper.
Okay, dive deeper, and then 1 sentence for Nick.
Nick did a great job, but I thought it was a bit platonic, could have gotten in a bit more deep with some of the issues that resonated for both he and Jay.
Okay, awesome. And score for Nick?
I gave Nick a 7.
Okay, thank you, Thomas. And Hala Jaludi, right? What's up? Queen of personal injury, the queen of personal injury. So Hala, what was 1 word you had for Nick on a positive? 1 word.
1 word, fun energy.
Okay.
2
I'm
words.
going to Rob Gill. If it was you doing this, I'd be saying a lot more than Tom and Hal, because they both said 2 words when I said 1 word. Because I'm not going to say anything. If it was you, brother, I'd be like going hooting and howling. So just get ready. Please have 1 word right. So, okay, sorry. And what's 1 sentence for Nick on the positive?
On the positive, I loved his certainty, and he wanted to focus in on what he was doing and the talking about children and family, and he was very certain.
Yes, absolutely. And 1 word for opportunity for growth area?
Mastery of questions. That's 3 words.
That is 3, Hal. Yes. So can we, Hal, what is present for you when I say 1 word?
Well, I'm in the formula, so okay. Questions. There you go.
I'm kidding. So, and what do you mean by mastery of questions?
I felt like there was a point in time where he was asking a question and things could have gone a different way when he talked about the children. And then Jay was like, no, that's fine. And I'm more concerned about my business. So
the word I might be hearing is listening.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And your score?
7.5.
Okay. The ambassador results is in the house. 1 word, ambassador, on the positive side for Nick.
I think he's muted.
You're muted, Rob.
Rob.
He's muted.
Rob has no words. Ambassador.
Outcome.
Outcome. Beautiful. 1 sentence in the positive.
He was focused with an outcome mindset, and you could tell that this was a familiar ground for him.
Yeah, awesome. Nice. Dropping the mic, Rob Gill, on the feedback. So what's 1 word on the opportunity for growth side?
Questioning.
Okay. And what's 1 sentence? Look at Rob. Rob, this is disciplined communication from Rob Gill. This is like dropping the mic, brother.
I just feel like if he begins the process of practice, drill, and rehearse, which clearly he's an expert at, if he applies that in this space, it's an unstoppable force.
Boom.
Thank you, brother.
And what score do you have?
What was that last thing? My score? I gave him an 8.
Okay, very nice. Let's hear it for Nick, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice job. And then on the K and Shy side, let's keep it with the ambassador, and we'll roll it back the opposite direction. So
Flow. What's the first question?
Positive word for K and Shy.
Flow.
Sentence.
Their rhythmic flow reminded me a lot of the ambassador himself. And I can tell that this is a space that they're very comfortable in.
That is outstanding, and an opportunity for growth.
Being able to shift the vertical questioning into deeper horizontal questioning.
Right, going from a little bit more surface and real
to
heart. Yes?
Yes, and there was a lot of access points for that.
Okay, awesome.
Which, by the way, I'm not sure if it was Kay or Shy, but they were all over the relationship with Tony Robbins. Their voice tonality was off the charts. I want to say that right now. Yeah. And their ability, as Jay said, to go back and forth was very rhythmic, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Awesome. And the score, Sarah?
8.
Boom. All right, very good. Halajaludi.
Yes.
What do you got? Positive for K and Shy. Positive word, then sentence.
Acknowledgement.
And sentence.
They have such a beautiful rhythm and tone, and they're able, though, to convey what they want with such confidence.
Outstanding. And opportunity?
Also questions.
Okay. And give us some context.
I felt that some of their questions, they were not sure, they're not open-ended enough. So the answer could have went the wrong way. However, having said that, I was a little bit conflicted because then I realized that she would ask that particular question because she was doing kind of level 5 observation because she observed some memorabilia, but still that could have gone the wrong way. So
yeah. What Hal was saying for everybody is like, what are you talking about? So it could be like, hey, do you have kids? Like, no, right? Oh, but you have Star Wars memorabilia. Yeah, I'm an incredible fan. You know, and then it's like just this awkward weirdness. So we always say when we're building rapport, we never guess, we just take somebody through their story. So thank you, Hal. And your score?
8.5.
Gosh, thank you.
Very nice. Thomas Paul Filatico, what's up, sir?
Yes, Sean Robert.
What do you got, Tom?
Tom, you're muted.
Sorry. So the one word I would say positively is warmth.
Nice.
And the sentence would be, I felt they were both very genuine in their interest and concern and corresponding with Jay on different topics of discussion.
Yeah, right. A lot of chemistry, a lot of energy. And opportunity?
There were different access points that came up, and I would say they should have maybe dug a bit deeper on those access points as they came up, but time was a limitation.
Yeah, of course. All right. And score?
8.
8. Very nice. And Tom Filatico is, for both of you, a harsh judger and assessor. And he is truly, Tom was actually my first access in the space of personal development. And he was a straight up maniac that was doing like push-ups and pull-ups and counting numbers when we were like 11 years old, when most kids were like taking a nap. So Tom was an initial model of how to create massive acceleration in the space of self-mastery. So Tom, thank you for being here again.
That's nice of you to say, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so can I, Nick, K-Shai, can I jump in and maybe demonstrate a couple of things we're talking about that might have been access points to bring out a little more goddess and aspirational energy in the initial connection? Is that cool?
Please do,
Yes,
yeah.
So let's go. Ready? Hey, so let's go ring ring, pick up me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, Jay.
Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Listen, brother, thanks so much for coming to the event. Really appreciate having you there. And you have like 3 minutes to talk.
Perfect. That's all I have, to be honest. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You sound a little bit rushed. I'll go quick. Hey, so Jay, can I ask this? What brought you to the event? We often say it's like more money in less time, more magic. What brought you there?
You know what? I was asked to come by a friend, and I trust him, and I didn't know what to expect, and I heard it was a training event, and that's why I'm here.
Pause and illustrate, just for pause and illustrate. Nick K. Shai, this is like teaching moment. Can you already feel from my aspirational tonality that Jay is going deeper into his heart and he's thinking a little bit more based on my tonality? Is that, Nick, do you feel that for real?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a better crafted question and setup so that he could just access it so much easier.
Yeah. Okay. So let's keep going. So please go ahead, Nick.
Yep. Go ahead. And that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Say it one more time so get the rhythm back.
All right, hold on. Let me just stop it. Well, a really good friend of mine said to come to this, and training is sales influence is important to me. So
okay, keep the clock off because I'm going to go back and forth with you and teach as it happens. So,
deal. Clock's off.
Okay.
All right. So no, listen. I'm here because a good friend of mine told me about the event, and I trust him. And I wanted to learn some more sales and influence training.
Yeah, but can I ask you this? Because that's present, but why? Like, what is it that you're looking to create? Like, what's happening?
Wow, that's a really great question. I mean, I'm looking for personal growth. I'm looking for growth for my team.
Let's pause. I'm not going to move on unless I got the real answer. So, like, and the deeper answer. So, sales, growth, like, great, but why? Right? So, and it's not going to be uncomfortable and weird because there's genuine curiosity. My physiology says, I care, I'm interested, right? I'm present. My vocal qualities say it. My words say it. You feel that, Jay, yes?
Yes, for sure.
So please go ahead.
So I'm, for growth of myself and my team, I'm a real estate agent. We own our own brokerage.
Very cool. And so the money, time, magic category, like, was it all three, two of the three, one of the three? What's up?
I guess initially, I would say it was the time and the money, and the magic was, I was confused on what that really meant, but now seeing all of it, that it's all three. It's a combination of all three for sure.
Yeah, no, awesome. And so, like, how are things going? You're building this business, and how's everything going?
Momentum is great, but we're trying to figure out how to grow, and we're a boutique, and we want to figure out how do we become a powerhouse boutique, and we don't want to grow too big, but we want to have the people around us grow with us and continue to grow and learn. And that's why we're here.
That's awesome, brother. And I'm hearing though something, like, I'm hearing a lot of intention around it, a little bit of pain and challenge. And I'd love to know from people, Jay, if this is okay, if you don't mind sharing. I'm really curious. Why are you actually doing all this? Like, what's the legacy? You have it all your way. You get everything you want and dream of. Like, what does that look like? And why are you creating that?
It looks like,
pause. Do you hear where he is, Kay and Shy?
It's like the void of creation. That level of silence is that place where something true is about to take place.
Like you short-circuited through like the conditioning to like, I'm going to give a real answer and be authentic.
Yeah, that's called a scotoma, right? In neuropsychology, it's a blank spot that gets created. So we've moved past, there's three levels of rapport. There's surface, there's real, and there's emotional. Nick, would you agree that we're moving into emotional rapport with Jay?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, and we'll finish up in a sec. So, so Jay answers that. Go ahead, Jay, answer the question. So why?
My legacy, my family. I want my family and my children to be proud of me. I want the people around me to be able to grow. And I want to be the reason that they had that growth and that success in life. It's not about where we go, but about enjoying that journey.
Yeah. Well, brother, first I want to acknowledge, I know we're wrapping up right now in 10 seconds, but I just want to acknowledge you for being that open and vulnerable and sharing, and for being an unbelievable father, husband, and man in this world. And thank you for sharing, brother.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah. So Rob Gill, or Jay, what depth of connection do you feel?
So the depth of connection is
5 times, okay?
The depth of connection is certainly at a high 9s, for sure. But it's because of the fact that when I answered with that surface level, you keep not pushing, but you keep asking to find a deeper reason. Because when you ask somebody why, they go with that surface why, and they don't really. And if you just stop there, you're never going to get to those accesses to find out about my family, my legacy, and why I want to grow.
Now, Rob, though, did it, because Jay said a word, pushing. I wasn't pushing. Rob, did you feel like it was pushing?
No. I felt that your ability to really cling on to status quo clinging when you sense it, default no, and digging deep into that space with the proper tone and speed of your question. I think it's so subtle that everyone might not realize it unless they've spent a lot of time around you to understand what's happening. But the way the questions were, you were exposing and getting to the heart pretty fast.
Yeah. Say that one more time, brother. I love that. That was like spot on. Talk about the speed. Talk about the subtlety. So just
Yeah.
what subtlety you mean? Real quick.
So and I've had the good fortune of spending a lot of time with you, so it's easier now to pick up on it. The subtlety to me was not only the speed, the tone of the questions, but understanding within like the blink of an eye the typical status quo clinging and or default no that everybody has. And when you were able to feel that, see that, sense that, you then took the questions deeper, but you didn't have a tone of accusation or a tone of, hey, I'm the principal. It was more of a compassionate tone that led to the opening of the heart.
Which is rooted, thank you, Rob, which is rooted in the indispensable element, everybody out there, of unconditional love with boundaries, right? So I was present in my empathy of unconditional love, which is empathy, connection, level 5 listening dialed in, which is I want to know, like, right? I want to know not what you want to do, right? Not what you want to do, but what is the cry of your heart? What is it that you ache for? What is driving your existence on this planet? And Oprah said, held the microphone for 30,000 people. I say almost every episode, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters. Yeah, I want to know the aches and cries of your heart, right? Like, that's what I want to know, like what drives everybody. Like, Nick, what are you present to energetically right now as I share that? Like, what's the energy that we're in right now?
Oh, just tonality.
Yeah. Do you feel the depth of connection, like,
yeah,
amongst?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So, K-Shai, anything else present for you before we roll forward?
It's a lot of gratitude. I feel so much like love, like you reached energetically through the Zoom and touched my heart for sure.
Well, thank you. Yeah. And by the way, it's integrity-based human influence, folks, because it's real. Like, I'm happy that we connected at that level. Like, I feel and share the energy, and independent of any outcome that I want to achieve, I love connecting with humanity that way, because most of us don't get the opportunity to. And we just did. Like, all of us, and hopefully for folks listening out there, you did too. Like, that's what's present for me. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jay, Rob, Paula, Tom, Nick, Jay, K-Shai. Like, thank you. Like, awesome. And thank
Sean,
you.
can I ask you a question before we go to Nick?
Yeah, brother.
And can you keep it within 60 seconds, as you like to say to us?
Oh, Rob Gill is my level 5 listening says Rob Gill is grabbing the remote. What's up?
Here, and this is a beautiful question. What drives you to be who you are? Because that is some special stuff that you don't see typically every day. And I want to know what drives you, who is non-materialistic and is so in his heart like I've never seen anyone else in my life. What is the driver?
Oh, brother. Thank you. And
try not to cry.
15 seconds, right? And it's on that wall up there, including my little Jimmy's keys. It's love of family, and family meaning everybody that, you know, we come work together with. That's almost a byproduct of truly the why. And the why is, listen, I'm a person of faith. I believe I'm not perfect. I am far from perfect, but I believe God gave all of us talents, and I believe he gave me talents, and someday I'm going to be answerable for them. And I don't want to bury them. I don't want to squander them. I want to exponentially multiply them. And so I want to figure out how to have, I've learned a bunch of stuff that I think is about the superpower of influence. And that's what creates and destroys everything. And it's understanding how good people who are well-intentioned and great-hearted have been lied to, deceived, and confused. Told to sit down, shut up, and they've confused humility with modesty and a whole bunch of things. That has beautiful, well-intentioned, wonderful people hiding in corners, and very often the people that don't have heart and love running everything, including our governments and our Congress and all kinds of craziness. So my mission and my outcome is to have the largest impact I can, not me talking to 100,000 people, but arming hundreds of thousands and millions of people who are beautifully, wonderfully hearted with the superpower of influence to make the world an even greater place. What's up?
Great answer.
But like a dedicated Roman soldier, right, that has on their mind the outcome that you just mentioned. And if I go to Archimedes and if I could figure out what is a lever big enough that drives Sean Callaghan on a daily basis to snap himself out of his own complacency, if it happens once in a while, out of his own status quo clinging, and out of his own maybe necessary hand-holding? What is it that drives you to do this? Because quite frankly, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Not to soup you up, and that's my Bayonne word, I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize, not to soup you up. But my point is, what is it that truly how did that happen that you're so driven like that? Because
and I'll drop. I'm going to drop back in 5 seconds.
I get blown away by that.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. So, by the way, none of this is ever set up. I didn't know Rob was going to do this. I'm
Of course.
it's not like
It's
Rob, doing this. Thank you, brother. And this hasn't happened yet in a real raw. So thank you. So very simply, I was, I loved Batman as a kid. I loved the Miracle on Ice team over my right shoulder, like behind this board. I knew I was going blind and had a limited time frame, and I wanted to create the biggest impact I could. Sometimes along the way, I trusted the wrong people. Sometimes along the way, I made mistakes. But I made a decision to put this all on hold until now. So I want to raise my kids and be present for them. And now it's time to unleash this on the world. So it's about that mission. And every single day when I'm going, 14 hours a day and I'm completely exhausted and totally tired, it's like about doing something bigger than yourself. I can either chill, enjoy abundance, do whatever, or have an impact. And I'll choose impact every day because it's a beautiful state and it's what I think I'm called to do. So thank you. So,
Thank you, brother.
let's drop back in. So Nick opted to go ladies first. So that means the ladies get to choose in round 2. Do you want to go first or second?
Well, we will let the gentleman go first on this round. We would like to go second.
Look at this. We got some chessboard strategy, right? So in round 2, where we're going from here, Nick, is what's the yes that you're seeking? So you built emotional rapport, round 1, and we're going to pick it up and transition to a little bit about your story and what's the yes that you're seeking from Jay?
Oh, yeah. So mine is Junior Victorious, which is a 52-week curriculum for kids where every Sunday I roll out a mini video lesson with the theme of the week. So like V is vision for this month.
Oh, drop the mic. All right. I love it. And are you ready to roll, Jay?
I'm ready to roll. And just really quickly, just what I'm present to, Rob, I'm the host. I just wanted to let you know that, all right? Anyway.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Just kidding, Ambassador.
We are going to have a real role play because that's some action being thrown down there. So we're going to have Jay and Rob Gill going head to head with super scoring going on. So this is like WWF stuff, Nick.
Let's go.
Unleashing. Man that opened 3,000 accounts on Wall Street over the telephone. Jay Levine. I sense it. I feel it. I love it. Jay, kick it off. 3 minutes and go.
Hey, all right, there we go. Ready when you are, Nick? Go.
Hey, Jay. It's good to see you again.
Hey, man. Good. You too.
I heard that your legacy is important to you. And, my question that I want to ask is, as you went through your childhood and you've expedited the process, what are some of the things that you want to instill in your kids before you leave this earth?
Don't quit. There's nothing you can't do if you set your mind to it. And I think you're an incredible example of that, Nick.
How have you been, teaching them that?
Through example. It's not easy because, as an adult, sometimes we feel like we want to quit. But I think it's just by example, showing our kids that we can push through anything and get through anything and not avoid confrontation, but go right through it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for leading by example. I can tell you're an amazing father. And I know that you're the principal of the household right now. And I know we want to think our kids are perfect, but Jay, what are like real challenges, things that you see standing out in your kids' lives that they're really battling with?
Well, I think we touched on it before. It's the screen time. Especially now during quarantine. Both my kids are very active. My son plays soccer and baseball. My daughter plays soccer and softball, and it's hard right now to keep them active and not just in front of that screen.
How has them being athletes really benefited their life?
Oh my God, there's a million ways that it has, in my opinion, but that team feeling, that feeling of community, the feeling of needing not just one person, but a whole group of people to thrive is really what I think they're getting most from that. It's cliche, but there's no I in team, and we really try to push that.
Yeah, that was one of the things that saved my life was wrestling. You know, I even gave up 5 inches of my arm to be a wrestler because I was looking for this thing called confidence, right? And we don't realize that confidence is a skill and it's acquired by doing hard things and committing to things and following through. And so I'm glad that your kids are in sports. And I also, you know, want to commend you for, you know, being tough on them when they need to be tough. Can we agree that accountability groups are important?
Yes, I agree with you. And not to be, just to be integral, I have about 45 seconds left or so, and then I got to run.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we can all agree as humans, we all still struggle with confidence. What would it mean to you if you saw your kids have more confidence walking around the house?
It would mean everything to me. I mean, that's one of the things we do. We try to teach them is, you know, confidence in every different aspect, whether it's, you know, kind of standing up for themselves or whether it's being confident in knowing that they can do something that they think they can't do. But it's tough. We worry about that all the time is, you know, will they be confident enough to do the right thing in a situation?
Yeah, what would that be worth for you? You seeing your kids with more confidence and a clarity on their vision, the vision for their life.
Can't put a price on that.
Thank you. That's all I need.
Thank you.
Great job.
3 minutes.
Great job. Love the tonality. Love the tonality. Beautiful, goddess, aspirational energy flowing. Fantastic job. Congruent, absolute certainty. Love it. On the opportunity side, I'll demonstrate when you guys are all done, a couple quick access points that'll sequence those questions just a little tighter, that'll create extraordinary access. But because Nick, what you're up to in the world is utterly extraordinary, like completely extraordinary. And how could somebody not want you as an accountability choice role model for their kids and what they're up to? So brother, it's like, you know it, but I'm just telling you, I know it. It's dropped the mic. Like, I get it. Like, fantastic. So thank you again so much for being here and for what you're doing in the world. Thanks. This is uncomfortable waters for me, to be honest. I'm usually selling off stage, and I never sold one-on-one, so this is like my first time. You know what I'm thinking about is maybe when I'll be you at the end for 3 minutes, because I think what also is are you strategically aligning, meaning ecosystem merging, with organizations and things and platforms to get you in front of large grouping of parents? I mean, obviously, I know you're touring the world. Tony Robbins, like, unbelievable. Like, drop the mic on that. Do you get to sell that program from stage, or you don't sell that program from stage? Yeah, so Tony gives me the ability to lead capture. So then, you know, they got to go through the funnel, but that's a great gift in itself. But we've been strategically creating for our past clients and our future clients and present clients is family watch parties, right? And so instead of bringing just your colleagues, bring your kids, you know, bring your daughters, bring your sons, because, you know, I not only talk to the entrepreneur and the adult, but I embed with the kids as well. Oh, fantastic. So let me, and this is just in service of you and everybody to learn about ecosystem merging for a second. So in creating those speaking opportunities, are you saying that you're combining with people so you speak to some grouping and then you're able to make the offer and call to action to the program? Like help me see that part just a little bit more. Yeah. So, I mean, for now, right, for the pandemic and quarantine, so say like someone like Keller Williams, I'd be like, not only bring in your agents, but tell your agents to bring their kids to the Zoom call as well. And so, you know, it's promoted as a family watch party, and then I'll give them the opportunity, you know, to further the connection with me if they want to benefit their kids. Yeah. And on those, are you allowed to give calls to action? Yes. And yeah, that's another weakness of mine is crafting my webinar, and you know, you can always be better. So that's where I'm at right now. Yeah. So listen, so I got a thought. I'm gonna at the end, if you permit me, yeah. And I have an idea to just like seed a couple of things that might be beneficial, because it's like all there, but the key is there's micro distinctions that could take it from wherever it is. I mean, however successful it is already, and scale it up. And yeah, I'd love it. Yes. All right. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Thank you. So let's go. Let's start with Hala this time. Hala, what do you got? Positive word for Nick? Positive word and sentence, and then opportunity. So we'll roll time-wise. Go. Are you muted?
Matching and mirroring.
Yeah.
I'm giving you two: matching and mirroring.
Matching and mirroring. Awesome. So yeah, just roll through your feedback. Just try to keep it.
I thought he did a really good job, but I thought sometimes the questions could have been a little bit more focused. For example, he started speaking about, confidence with reference to your kids, but Jay hadn't said anything about that. And I thought also although he touched on it, he said wrestling saved my life, but he could have conveyed his unique identity a little bit more. And, you know, in his questioning and talked, because I mean, obviously what he's done is amazing. And I thought he could have highlighted that more. And the questioning could have been a little bit more like streamlined.
Yeah, no, beautiful. And so score?
Thanks.
A score on this, I am giving an 8.3.
8.3, outstanding. All right, Tom Polonico, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, so thanks. I thought Nick did a great job. And for me, the key takeaway for the positive was confidence. And just the way he came across is very, very clear.
All right, awesome.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, how about score-wise?
I gave Nick a 7.4.
Okay, Rob Gill.
Yeah, I thought that his questions were definitely empowering, and it really created a lot more thought. They were powerful questions. I like how he led Jay through a process to where he was able to throw in his true, unique, heroic identity, and which saved his life in the time that he had. I thought his mirroring was very good, by the way. And I think that one transition was, I thought it was great when he said, what would it be worth to you to be able to teach your children, you know, the things that you in your own words want to teach them? I really thought that was a great tie-in that would eventually lead to a formation agreement. It's called a pre-formation agreement. And I thought overall it was another 8. I thought he did a very good job.
Awesome.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you guys. Great job, Nick. Thank you, Rob, Hal, and Tom. So Jay, 3 minutes, Kay and Shai. Kay and Shai, you ready?
Sure are. Can't wait.
Rock and roll. Jay, go.
Ready.
You know, Jay, it was so wonderful to hear that you are born and raised in your community, because Shila and I actually were as well. You know, when I was 10 and Shila was 17, our parents literally bet everything and bought this tiny failing restaurant in a neighboring town of ours.
Well, they actually acted completely rationally. You know, they cashed in their savings in retirement, quit their careers, called in every favor they could, and bet the family farm to move up to this little mountain town in Northern California and become restaurant folk overnight. So we definitely had the front row seat to the drama of American entrepreneurship, and can certainly resonate with being a small business in your hometown community.
Now that we're the American entrepreneurs, though, and get to impact the community, it's easy to see when somebody else is like that too. So how are you utilizing your business to impact your community?
Oh my God, well, thank you. That's a really great question. You guys, it's amazing what your parents did, just to acknowledge that. That's not easy. But community is everything. And I only have a couple minutes just to be totally honest, but community is everything for us. We do most of our business in the community that we live. So our reputation, our name, our image is really everything to us.
Well, and that makes sense. And to be a positive impact on your local hometown community is so fulfilling. I know we certainly get a lot of value out of that. And now raising our own kids, as you are as well, into a business where you want to demonstrate for them every single day what that looks like. We really commend you on that and want to acknowledge that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, as true entrepreneurs, we have an idea that we've been forming and having success with, and we'd love to share it with you. Can we share it with you?
Please, absolutely. I had about a minute and a half left, so that's perfect.
Perfect. Well, I'm sure that you know that COVID and the pandemic has impacted businesses. I cannot even imagine what your business has seen. Actually, I'm curious, we've got a minute and a half. How is this impacting your business?
It's totally flipped things upside down. We were very, very technologically advanced for what we do, in our opinion, anyway. So it's the technology that we have to focus on and innovation moving forward. But, you know, helping people, I think, is what we have to focus on right now, is really making sure that we help everybody, because we will get to the other side of this.
I feel you on that. Oh my goodness. Well, we had to shift our business model literally overnight from being a dine-in restaurant establishment to a to-go food service establishment. And it was a big change. And in order to survive that, we've actually done something really creative.
Well, we gave people 5 options of how to support us, because our community was asking, what can we do? And one of those options was sponsor a hot meal for a hospital worker. And it started taking off. People were like, yes, it helps your business. It helps the healthcare workers. It helps me do something good and be socially distant. And so we saw that there was momentum around this idea, and we started doing live telethon-esque broadcasts on Facebook in order to raise money and sponsor meals. In fact, the first one we did, we said our goal is to sponsor 100 meals, and we sponsored 111 on that first broadcast.
Yep. So now we have sponsored over 2,000 meals, have had meals come through us. And we're asking if you would be so kind. We actually called you today to see, would you be willing to host a watch party for our upcoming Facebook Live-a-thon on this Sunday? We're going to be doing another round of fundraising and could really use your support.
I would absolutely love to. That is
Yay!
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. And we would love to contribute.
Seriously, I want to. That sounds awesome.
Great job. Excellent work. Excellent work. Love it. So I would say really, really terrific job. And let's go right to the judges for feedback. Well, I shouldn't give this. So energy, congruence, rhythm, all outstanding. I might have maybe let Jay sit in the agreement formation. You got the yes. I mean, absolutely fantastic job. If I was going to go with any access to optimization, I might have gone with the would you be willing, which is a beautiful and demonstrated to be psychologically wildly effective as a TED Talk all about would you be willing. I tend to like how would you feel? Like how does that feel for you? Like how would it feel for you to have a watch party? So you can let the person sit in their responsive. Sometimes when people get a would you be willing question, they may feel pushed, and how would you feel about Jay? And then you could sense the reaction. But if you get would you be willing and hesitate, say, listen, there's no pressure. As long as the person doesn't feel pressure and have rapport broken. I think that's a key distinction. Minor, but key, but fantastic job. And obviously, Kay and Shai are world-class salespeople, straight up world-class, selling with integrity. So judges, let's go. Tom Flatico, what do you got for Kay and Shai?
I thought they did a great job. I thought that their warmth came across. They were genuine. The way that they got to the ask was a very caring, non-aggressive way that really made Jay not have to say yes, but the way that the rapport was developed, he wanted to say yes. I felt that.
Yeah, awesome. And score?
I gave them a 9.
Nice.
Thank you.
Jaludi.
Yes, I thought they did amazing as well. The certainty, I love the energy. They're so congruent, and it is amazing how they both complement each other. And it's almost like you feel like, wow, this is not one misstep in giving each other a chance to talk. So it just flowed beautifully.
Awesome. Score?
Score, I gave an 8.7.
All right. Hallelujah. Ambassador of results. The big man. What's up, brother? Rob Gill.
What's up, brother Sean? Great job. What I found interesting was there was a 7-year difference, which I didn't know the first time. And the fact that there was a 7-year difference and the way you guys go back and forth is amazing. Listen, I think being like a coach's son or a coach's daughter, you guys are entrepreneurs' offspring. And I've seen it from day one, from the first row. I was able to pick up on that. The thing is, I don't know if it was because you had 3 minutes and you guys there was speed there, like as if it was on the phone and it was like a telephone sale. I'm not sure if you normally speak that fast. For me, that makes sense, but in the Midwest, it may not. So maybe the speed check would be something to look into if I was to give a little distinction. But, this is an easy 8.59, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So what's the number, Rob?
8.5 to 9.
Got to give her a number. That's not the number.
Gotta be clear, decisive, Rob.
8.75.
All right, there we go. Great job, Kay and Shai. Awesome. And what Rob's talking about for everybody's energy variance. So in the beginning, we're creating goddess energy connection, right? Actually, let's just check in. Kay and Shai, what's present for you?
I'm honored. Thank you so much for we're not nearly the smartest people in the room, and learning from all of you guys has been just a gift, and thank you.
Delighted to hear your kind words and totally agree with the opportunities for input and feedback, and definitely have worked on the speed, but it's also part of our DNA to move fast and talk fast. And so, but that's really good.
Before we get too far off of that, I just have to say, since you're such a Cialdini fan, I think the one time we were actually able to go slow on stage was when we introduced him, and we did it in rhyme, because Cialdini says, if you want to make it climb, make it rhyme.
That's right. The six points for Primus team, tools of persuasion, Robert Cialdini at Arizona State. Yeah. Legend. Love him.
Rob Gill, Kay and Shai, match made in heaven.
No doubt about it.
Craziness. So amazing. And Nick, what is present for you, brother? Because you are rocking the world out there and ready to step into even more insanity. I can tell right on the cusp of the next level breakthrough. What's up for you?
Yeah, it was just great. I'm excited to be here and learn from people who are better than me.
Well, I don't know about any of that, but we're learning too from everybody, right? So it's amazing. I know you're the guy that has 1.75 million followers online, so we got a lot to learn from you. Unbelievable job. So let me just jump in as Nick, free moment. Are you guys cool with that? Nick, you cool? K-Shy?
Yeah, yep.
So let's go, because we're going to show the back end agreement formation. So Jay, thanks so much, brother, for sharing all that incredibly vulnerably about your family and your remarkable, incredible father. Would it be okay in the final like 3 minutes we have together if I shared a little bit about myself?
Yeah, please.
You hear that energy variance, K-Shy? Like, and so slow down and speed up, slow down and speed up, right? So yeah, so as you know, my name is Nick, and I've gone through an extraordinary life journey, and you heard about that life journey. Yeah. And so I know you have a real estate firm, and I know your kids are incredibly important to you. So here's how I got to today. Yes, I speak on stage with Tony Robbins and travel the world. Yes, I have the disabilities I have and became a wrestler when everybody said I couldn't. And those things are important to me and they're meaningful, and would hopefully with the 1.75 million followers online show you that I have a few things that I'm up to in the world, that I know a little bit about what I'm doing. But none of that means anything without this. The burning passion of my heart is kids and their future. Because it would have been so easy for me, so easy to take my life in a completely different direction and literally go nowhere. In fact, it's a miracle I have the life I have. But at the same time, so many kids with both arms, both legs, their hearing, their sight, they're suffering. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault, the kids. It's a mechanism, not only of what we do as parents. In fact, there are studies that show that parents don't have the biggest influence on their kids. It's what they have proximity to. It's what's around them. So I've created this program, Jay, that creates an accountability structure of learning and growth, taking kids from their head and all the things going on around them deeply into their heart, their purpose, their why, and then holds them accountable. It gives them love. We have some fun and we laugh, right? They think about their future, and most importantly, they make the right decisions and stand together. And what I love to do is have the opportunity to have a speaking engagement, not just for your agents, but for you, your wife, your children, all of your agents, their children, everybody you know. And I love the opportunity to give a call to action to become a part of this program. And here's what I promise to you. I will rock your world, but I'll also connect deeply and rock your kids' world in a beautiful state of love and compassion, but also with a massive call to action. Would that work for you?
That hit me right where it should have, and absolutely. The kids are one of the most important things in my life.
All right, let's pause. Nick, what's present for you?
That you're the man.
No, I'm definitely not the man, brother. You're the man. And I want to learn how.
I'm transcribing as you go. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I thought it was amazing. Like you said, tonality, slowing down, and you know, I guess I was just under the. I didn't want to take too much time to myself, but like I said, I'm new to this, so I'd rather just stay on Jay. But I like the way that you did it, so I'll adapt.
And Nick, this is recorded.
Yeah, I want it.
You could use whatever words you like, whatever stories you like.
Yeah.
Capture the pausing, capture the speed up, slow down, me and Goddess to me and Zeus.
Yeah.
Call to action equals Zeus, right? And for Kay and Shy, when there's variance, you're amazing. But when there's a little slow down and it's stepping into Zeus, Zeus is the energy of decision, right? There's an energetic transference that occurs, like this is the moment. And did you feel that, Kay and Shy?
Yeah, I mean, Kay had to put the mic on mute and go, oh my gosh, he has such a gift for storytelling. And I said, look at what the difference it makes just slowing down a little bit. So yes.
Just remember this, okay? This is for everybody listening. Nick, Kay, Shy, you guys are 9.9 somethings. Could be 9.99s, 9.999s, right? So the conversation we're having is in the space of the top 1%. They're super rock stars and fractional percentiles. But remember this, the 99th percentile income in the US is 400,000. 99.9 is 1.7 million. One decimal, a 0.9, 4x's it. And if 4x's again with the next decimal, even more than 4x's actually, goes from 1.7 million to 7.8. And then the next decimal takes you from 7.8 to 56 million. It's not about money. You can measure impact that way. That fractional percentiles. Mother Teresa was just fractionally more persuasive and influential in Gandhi than people that had 100 people that were following them. And who were top 1%ers that got all the way to assembling a following and who are listening, and one fractional percentage difference creates an exponentially different outcome. And that's what we stand for. Influence is a superpower, right? We'll wrap it with that, but it is a superpower. So final. 1 sentence, Rob, Gil, how was your experience? Because we're on time and we're gonna wrap it up. How was your experience?
My experience, as always, I learned a lot. I think back to when I was just purely a Zeus energy kind of guy. What brings you up also could bring you down. And the thought that I'm present to, as I saw in the last 3 minutes, was the distinction within the distinction within the distinction of how you went in and out of energies, including Zeus, with basically, it was a clap in the middle of the goddess energy. And it was a phenomenal, for me, and I'll be able to incorporate this right away now. It was phenomenal for me to be able to see that small distinction. And that is the difference between 99.9 and 99.99. No doubt about it.
Thanks, Dave. Awesome job.
No question about it.
Kala Jaludi, quick, 10 seconds.
Experience. I'm honored. You ladies are absolutely amazing, and what you're doing is beautiful. Nick, I can't even, I'm at a loss for words. Tell you this, my 2 boys will definitely be learning about you. What you're doing is absolutely beautiful. You are unbelievable. Sean, I want you to know that whatever it is from what you just, and to use Rob's words, I'm not souping you up, but I would have signed on, bought, done whatever it was after that last segment.
Before you get to Tom, in the chat, let's what you loved about Nick, Kay, and Shai. Like, hit it in the chat. What'd you love about these people? Right, I should have called that out earlier. What do you love about these people? And then Tom Filatica, what's present for you?
Yeah, I mean, Nick, Kay, and Shai, you're all rock stars. And it boils down to, as it always does, Sean, it's about distinctions, nuance, and kind of the decimal points. So you guys are phenomenal. And I'm interested to see where you go with these distinctions when you apply them. So it was very helpful for me, and I appreciate being a part of it.
Yeah, awesome job. Right, and final, Kay, Shai, how was the experience?
Just thank you guys so much for having us. It was wonderful to gather so much knowledge, to get this kind of feedback. When you are the leaders of a company, sometimes it's like the feedback we get are from disgruntled guests and each other. So it's really nice to get into this space and have professionals lean in a little bit more into our skill set.
Yeah, my word for 2020 was dimensional, and this absolutely fed right into that word for me and helped a lot. So thank you very much.
Yeah, amazing. And by the way, do you think influence is a superpower?
Absolutely.
You know it.
Awesome. Nick, how is this for you, brother?
Yeah, it's been great. She was talking about word of the year. Well, word of the year for me was compassion. So, really just coming down to the compassion, the goddess energy, and knowing how to flow back into the Zeus. So yeah, it was a great experience, and I'm glad that I spent this hour with you guys and girls.
Really appreciate it. Yep. And so Jay, thank you. And on behalf of Jay, the entire Unblinded team, remember, influence is a superpower. We have it, and you can learn it here. This is Unblinded Real Raw Role Play. Thank you, Rob, Gil, Hal, Tom for judging. Nick, Kay, Shai, phenomenal job. Thank you, guys. And we'll see you on the huddle on Monday. Unlock your superpower and make the world a greater place. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you.
Yeah.